Hello again. This is my second attempt at a video, and let's see if we can do a little better this time than last time, and maybe my daughters won't be laughing at me. All right, let's talk about the first assignment. And one of the things in that first assignment, everyone did a really good job of describing their plan and articulating and writing about exactly what they would do to improve that school. But the one piece that I think many people missed was the importance of the relationship between the principal, the superintendent, the school board members, and the district leaders and the parent advisory group, assuming they have that in that state. A principal can only do as much as those groups will support. So as you wrote your plan, or you write plans like that in the future, be sure you include information about how, as principal, you're going to gain the support of those different stakeholders to be sure that you can move forward with some of the aggressive disciplinary counseling, alternative school placement, some of the different issues that you're going to tackle and some of the ways you're going to do them that may be a little more aggressive than some of those people might want or be willing to accept, considering that you always have to remember that you will always have a group of people with any initiative who are going to protect the status quo at all costs. So you have to work with those people so that they don't sabotage the entire change effort that you're working towards. Even in a situation like this where at first thought you would think nobody would ever be opposed to anything that would change that school, there will be people, teachers, community members, students in particular, and district people who might have a stake in this for whatever reason, in keeping it how it was. Okay, the topic this week is really about customer service and how we provide customer service in education. I was reading an article recently, and there was a quote in there by Ellen Toothman, who said, "The school leaders who embrace, design, and implement customer-driven systems will prosper." And I believe that's really true. We need to consider internal customer service and external customer service. Now, part of your assignment this week is to identify who our customers are and what kind of service we can be providing them. And I think that the customer service needs to come not only just from the school level, but also from the district office level. Now, providing customer service may not be so natural for everybody. As a principal, you need to be clear about what you expect in terms of answering phones, in terms of greeting children at the front door, in terms of teachers responding to kids who are having problems, in terms of how the counselor deals with kids with problems, about how a parent who comes in with a complaint is taken care of. And I think it's really important to try to give power to everybody in the school to resolve problems at their level, at the lowest level possible. Because if everything rises directly up to the assistant principal or the principal, then the power is taken away. And I think that really impacts the level of customer service in a school. You want your stakeholders to be saying that they can resolve issues with the front office desk person, with the media specialist, with the teachers directly, without always having to get the principal involved in the situation. And certainly as a principal, you don't want to be involved in every one of those situations. You need to be able to trust your staff to deal with problems. That comes with a feeling of empowerment. You have to empower those people to feel trusted. And not everybody's able to do that. I hope that I do that well. Hopefully your principal does that well. But think about, as a classroom teacher, if that's the role you're in, do you feel empowered to make decisions and that you'll have support of your principal? Even if you make a mistake, will they support what you decided and back you up? Now, does it mean they won't call you in afterwards and say, "What were you thinking? We could have done this very differently." But in front of the parent or the community member or the student, they will provide support so that you end up coming off looking like you had a right to make the decision and that they are supportive of you as a person and as an employee. So just a few things to think about as you do that forum assignment. The next forum is going to be about a case for leadership. And in this case, the principal receives a letter saying that one of his male employees is living with another male employee. Now, this isn't that far off base because I personally received such letters over the years about people's personal lives and how that could impact their professional life. For example, I had a teacher several years ago who enjoyed the bar scene late at night. And it was a small town, and some parents were not happy about this and wrote letters to me complaining about her being carried out of bars late at night. Well, in the absence of police reports, in the absence of specifics, there really wasn't that much that we could do about it. But what I did do, in an effort to be open and honest and provide communication, I talked to the teacher, and I did say to her, I don't have any idea what you're doing at night, nor do I really care unless it impacts this school. But this is a small town that we live in. It's not Naples, where I am now. And the parents in the community have this impression of you. Do you think there's anything to this, or what do you think about this letter? And I showed her a letter, and I had a couple, but I showed her the main one that really summarized everything. And she said, well, I probably need to be more careful about where I go and when I go. And maybe I need to move my going out at night to a different town, which is not too far away. She came to that decision herself. I wasn't trying to do anything other than protect her so that she knew what was out there in the community. In this particular case, you're going to be asked to read a letter, think about how you would talk to the superintendent about the letter, think about how you would respond to the letter, if you would respond to the letter, because maybe you wouldn't. That's your decision as a leader to think through what the ramifications of responding, what the ramifications of not responding, and are there some other ways that you could handle it if you choose not to take a direct approach. Think about the styles of leadership you've read about in previous weeks and your own experience and how you think best to handle that problem. You'll also notice this week that there will be the introduction to the paper, and you'll have the directions to starting your paper. 4 to 6 page paper, use APA, get the manual if you don't have it already. The current edition, I believe, is the 6th, and I think that's listed on the course website in the syllabus. 5 to 7 citations, have them be scholarly citations. If you choose non-scholarly citations like Education Week or something like that, then add a citation. That's fine. It's no problem to use a non-scholarly one, but stick to at least the 5 to 7 scholarly ones. So what I want you to do is think about a topic. For example, I put a few topics: teacher morale, developing teacher leaders, gender bias, grouping methods. So pick a topic that is interesting to you, that you think you would like to really delve into and learn more about. When I was working on my coursework, I tended to try to do papers on the topic of class size amendment or school choice. Those are 2 topics that I ended up becoming interested in. And as I got to the level of dissertation writing, I tended to focus most of my work on school choice, which ended up being my dissertation topic. So even at the master's level, I think it's good to start thinking about an issue that you would like to become more knowledgeable about, and tailor a lot of your papers to that particular issue. Not to always do the same thing, not to always stick to the same level, elementary, middle, or high school. Try to be broad, but yet always be thinking, well, in the end, the issue that I'd like to tackle is X. And keep learning about that, whether it be through the papers or whether it be through outside readings or whatever the case may be. Because my hope is that all of you obviously will become school administrators, get your master's degrees, but beyond that, you'll continue on You're at the University of Florida, don't forget, so you're the best of the best, and you'll continue on into a specialist degree and perhaps a doctoral degree at some point. So good luck to you. Enjoy this week. Keep working hard, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.